Hello, hello, hello. I don't know why I did that. Why did it move me over to that little spot? Goofy. Goofy, goofy, goofy. Hello, good evening, you got good afternoon. And welcome back to the live. Hello, Miss AKA Miss Living for Me. Thanks for joining me on the live. Yes, I am 4 subs from being at 100. This is moving fast, but I'm grateful. Hello, Miss Top Notch. Thanks for joining the live. Oh my goodness, it is so good to see you guys here. I thought I would hop in and let's talk about some travel. How about that? I like to travel. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Thought I had my passport around here, but it must be in this drawer. I'm glad you're here, Miss Top Notch. I'm going to talk about um, airfare, when to look for airfare, cheap airfare, how to negotiate, how to navigate around airfare, and just give you some of the secrets that I've kind of I use when I travel. I travel a lot, and I'm gonna tell you some of the secrets that I have used to travel with. If Let's start this with like we're supposed to. Fair use disclaimer. Some material in this video is used under US copyright fair use section 107 for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. Today we're going to be doing some commentary, criticism, and some education. And if you don't mind, please like the video, share, subscribe, and we're gonna get started. You are the passport diva. I don't know about that. There's some people that really be out there doing some things. I just be pretending that I'm doing something. I just be out there with them as we work around. But I will say I'm gonna start with this. Hey bad girl Riri, welcome back. One of the things that I have found in traveling is that I negotiate travel, right? I look for travel. The best days to book a flight would be Tuesday nights, between Tuesday nights, Wednesday. Sales start, I would say Tuesday night, but really start looking about Monday night and they navigate over into to Tuesday night. I'm going to share my screen so I can show you just some of the things that I use. Where should I start? Let's start with Expedia. This is one of my favorite websites to use. And I can't see the comments because I'm actually sharing a screen. So you're going to be looking at what I navigate with when I look for a flight. So let's say I want to go to let me just put let's say we're going to London. So let's go to Heathrow. And let's choose. You always want to start looking for your flight at least 3 months in advance. So let's say I want to go in February. We're just going to choose some time. I want to leave on the 9th and I want to return like on the 19th. I'm just guessing, okay? Hopefully you can see what's popping, what's going on. Welcome back. Welcome back, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. I love input. Tell me what you know, what I know, and together we'll figure it out. Okay? Figure out what is going on. So this is Expedia. Cancel. I don't want to see any of your little pop-ups. Go away, pop-ups. So these are the bundles that I'm finding for February. So apparently February may be a hot time to go to this particular time may be a hot time to go to London for whatever reason. Expedia is I use Expedia only as a search spot, right? I only look at it to see what they're offering. I don't know if I guess you can see my cursor. And I'll give you an example. Let's say Delta has a flight. It has one stop. That one stop is in Atlanta. If I tap on it, it'll give me what my options are: Delta Main, Basic, Comfort, Extra, Business Class. It doesn't show a first class, so business class will be the highest class on this particular flight. That round trip is going to be $849, and it'll give me flight details, would, leave Dallas at 3:35, get to Atlanta at 6:35, leave Atlanta at 7:55, arrive at London at 9 a.m. on the next day. Okay. So those are all of the actual specs that we're looking for, right? But one thing I do is, let me see if I can type this in. I have to share page after page. It won't let me share the whole screen. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing now. You cannot. So let me share this screen. So I've seen that flight on Expedia. I like the price. I want to look into it more because Delta is a very known well airline. So I just want to be able to look into that more. So let's go to Delta. Let's go straight to the site. Remember that flight on Expedia is $849. Let's see what it is on Delta's website, period. I'm going to go to Heathrow. I don't even remember what days I put in because I just threw in some days. Let me look and see what days I have. Move. Ooh, what day? The 9th through the 19th. February 9th. I'm going to return on the 19th. Done. Let's search. One passenger. We're going to see what Delta is going to tell us that their prices are. They're being a little slowful today. I don't know what's going on with Delta. I need them to pick up the pace. Here we go. So that flight, it was over there, was leaving at 9:15, arriving to London at 12:15 the next day. This one leaves. Let me see if I can find that particular flight. So you have to sometimes search. These price right here is already, just the main is already cheaper than what we saw on Expedia. But I use that as just a basic on what it gives me, kind of an idea of what the price will be. I'm sorry, it's 8:35 over here. No, that's not the right flight. Hold on, you guys. I was looking at the wrong thing. 3:35 to 9 a.m. is 8:49 on the Expedia site. So this would be, am I correct? I believe this is the flight. See, they give me a flight number, 3:35 to 9 a.m. So this would be the flight, but it's coming in later. So let's see if I can find the actual flight. Here it is. 349 on Expedia. Over here on the actual Delta website, it is 330. It means 836. But that 836 comes with a lot of restrictions. If you cancel, you get partial credit. No changes are allowed for basics. You get to board in zone 8, which means you'll be the last person getting on the plane. You earn miles. No, you can't earn miles if you do basic. It's not eligible for upgrades. And then there's no seat assignment. You don't get your seat assignment until after check-in. So under Expedia, it's the exact same thing. So the one thing that those are the things I take into consideration when I look at a flight, right? Because I want to get the most bang for my buck. Remember, these airlines are going to charge you anywhere from $35 to $40 just to have a bag checked in, right? One of my favorite airlines is American. I pretty much fly American anywhere I go domestically. And I'll tell you why. The American, if your credit is halfway decent, you can apply for American credit card. I don't know what they are right now. Let me pull up Barclay. Barclay right now, if you get a credit card with them, I don't want to log in. I want you to tell me how much American Airlines credit card miles is if you get one right now. Welcome to Barclay. This for General Motors. The Avatar is the name of their credit card for American Airlines. I don't see them offering any specials right now, but I'm sure they are. I just don't see them. With Barclay, they normally offer like 40,000 miles, 50,000 miles, 60,000 miles. So I signed up with Barclay, and I think they offer me either 60 or 80,000 miles. I use those miles to fly. I still have miles left over from my Barclay card that I've had for years right now. I went to Jamaica on my Barclay round trip. I donated 10,000 air miles to a family member. Trying to think where else have I gone on Barclay? Los Angeles once. I've been several places on Barclay, but Barclay, if your credit is decent, apply for a credit card. I think you only have to charge something. So just go charge, I think maybe $200. Charge something that you can afford to pay off. Charge it when before the statement comes out, pay it. But when that statement returns, you will get those 60,000 miles. Hold on, I sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I don't know what I'm sneezing for, but anyway, once those miles come through, boom, they go into your American Advantage thing, your logo or your login or your membership number, and you can use them from there. And then, see, you paid all your credit cards off, but if you are disciplined enough to have a card and you not touch it and just use it for those purposes, such as my air miles, right? Because if you sneezing, got my eye water. If you use your card, those particular cards, let's say this month I have something that I normally am going to pay, right? Let me think of something. My cell phone bill. I don't do this, but this is something you could think about. I'm going to pay my cell phone bill regardless, right? So charge that cell phone bill then when instead of paying the cell phone company, pay the credit card company, right? That covers it. You don't have an outstanding bill, but you've collected miles, right? And those miles go towards flying. They go towards hotel rooms. They go towards all kinds of things, right? I just don't like the debt anymore. And I understand that. But if you're doing what I'm saying, you won't have debt because you're paying off. You're never carrying over bill. You're gonna have debt anyway. If you own anything, if you own a home, you're gonna have debt as far as taxes, insurance. There's always gonna be somebody that's knocking on the door wanting money. But what I'm getting at is if you are disciplined enough to use the credit cards, pay a bill with it that will get you points, because these credit cards, for everything that you put on it, you will get points, and those points can be used. You're going to pay the credit card. You're going to pay your bills anyway. I have friends, and believe it or not, this is how they operate. We may not operate like that, but they do. I have a friend who pays their mortgage using their American Express card. I think they have like a platinum. I think they have a platinum or gold, one or the other. I want to say gold. Maybe it's gold. Anyway, they use their American Express card to pay off the credit cards. In the interim, they're going to pay the mortgage anyway, so they just pay the American Express bill when it comes out with the mortgage, and they gain points, and they use those points to fly. So if you're disciplined enough to do that, that's one way you could fly without getting in debt, because you're going to pay your bills. You're going to pay your mortgage. You're going to pay your cable bill, your whatever bills. But if you charge those, you can get those rewards. And that's all I'm trying to say. Exactly. Rewards you earn. People don't realize we let a lot of money slip by us when we could be gaining money. You could be gaining. You're going to pay that that cell phone bill anyway. So why not put it on your credit card? Then when the credit card comes out, when the credit card statement shows up, slide that money over there. You're going to pay that bill regardless. So why not do that? Earn those points, and then you can fly. So I have a Barclay American Airlines card. I only use it for the points. That's the only reason why I even got the card, was for the points. So and I also have a Southwest airline card. I got it for the points. It has zero balance. I can't tell you last time I flew on Southwest. And I think I have like 80,000 miles left on that card. And that's from, you could, with Southwest, that's one thing I want to show you while we're here. With Southwest, you could actually buy airline points. The only thing is with Southwest, is probably not going to show me today. But you buy points with Southwest, you actually can only do that, like, I think it's Monday through Thursday or Monday through Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The points are, you can buy points, but you're going to buy them dollar for dollar. But through the week, you can buy points for 50% off. So let's say the points are $500 for 1,000 or 10,000 points. You would only spend $250. And trust me, that's not the price. You would only spend $250 for 10,000 points, and that's really a discount. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. I got a credit card, and it's probably going to be there forever because Southwest got too many layovers. It depends on where you're going, and that's just my take. It depends on where you're going. Southwest, if they start baggage fees, I see that Southwest going down too. I don't know how the Southwest baggage fees is going, but I use Southwest for my advantage, right? Trying to think the last place I flew on Southwest was, I want to say Albuquerque, but I may be wrong. But I believe Albuquerque. No, I flew American on Albuquerque. I don't know, because they fly a lot of places from here straight through, right? New Orleans is one of the spots I normally fly through of Southwest. And it's straight through from here, there, up and down, hour and a half, we're off the plane. I really enjoy that. Let's go over here and see what you said. Ooh, I flew Southwest last month. They're cattle herders as my stomach. They are. I will give you that. With Southwest, I don't want to go out of the country on Southwest. I want to just go from here to, so my 2 bags can fly free, to LA or to Vegas or to New York or to Chicago, the main hubs. I don't want to go to any small spot on Southwest, because my biggest thing with Southwest, and I don't think they've changed this, you get on your card, it'll say A, B, or C. So A1 through whatever, you line up on this side and line up. And girl, I don't get it. I like Southwest. And I don't care how soon I check in. I've always managed to not. I think I've been in A section one time, but normally I'm in B section. But I do like flying Southwest. I'm not gonna play with nobody. I like flying Southwest. Like I said, somewhere I can get up and down and be there close within a few minutes. But yeah, Southwest is one of those flights. My supposed BFF works for them, but won't ever give me buddy points. Oh, how horrible of her. My goddaughter worked for American Airlines, and baby, you best believe my name is on the list to get all the buddy flights. In fact, I have companion air. And she actually had to move back to her home state of Mississippi to help take care of her grandmother. So I'm waiting for her to come on back here so I can get my companion air going again, because I can fly domestically on American Airlines just for taxes. So that's a good thing about having someone who does buddy passes. Yeah, that's hard. She be lying. I have a friend that works for Southwest. I have a couple of friends that work for American. I have a couple work for Southwest, and the ones that work for Southwest, they're always telling me about how people are after them about getting their buddy passes, and most of them sell their buddy passes. So it is what it is to get with them. So again, remember, I'm gonna show you a couple of things while we're here. Let's go ahead and look at something else. If you ever thought about flying out of the country, I've been to several spots out of this country, and I'm gonna tell you how I do it. This is Emirates. If you ever seen Emirates, this is by far the luxury airline of airlines. Emirates is stationed in Dubai. They are hubbed in Dubai. I won't say station. They are hubbed in Dubai. Let me remove this real quick so we can chit chat. They're hubbed in Dubai, and I have really enjoyed my trips on Emirates. I've been to Dubai on Emirates several times. I've been to Thailand. I've been to Africa. I took Emirates to Africa. I took Emirates to, I did not take them to Bali. I used, who did I fly with to Bali? Japan Airlines. Actually, on going, I took Qatar. Coming back, I did Japanese Airways. But I've been, my last few flights out of the country have been on Emirates. And Emirates has a thing called Emirates Holidays. And I want to show you how this works. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I want to go on a trip. I want to go here. I want to go there." You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's just choose Thailand out of everything that you can choose from Emirates, and it gives you all the glances of the highlights, the areas. I want you to, if you have a pen and paper, write down EmiratesHolidays.com in your whatever to check out, to look for in case you want to go out of the country. Of course, you're going to need a passport. And if you are traveling, you're going to also want to get visas for those particular countries that you're going to be going to. But I'm going to show you how you can fly to anywhere in the Middle East for a pretty reasonable price. They have changed their website, and this is giving me a little difficulty with how I can get to where I'm going, but I'm gonna figure it out anyway. Here we go. We're coming out of the US. Let's go. Yes, I want to go to the US. So let's say that I want to fly to, let's see where I want to go. Bangkok. And remember, we're always going to go at least 90 days out. I want to fly to them in April of next year. I want to leave here on April the 13th, and I want to be gone until the 27th. Let's give it a solid 2 weeks of this. I'm going to do one room, one person. Done. And let's see what their economy looks like. They'll give me a bunch of things to look at. Go talk to Big Homie, honey. You want to talk? Dubai's on your bucket list, and you should go there. Babe, when I tell you Dubai is beautiful, but it is a money bag. It is a money bag. So this is Thailand, right? So this trip includes Emirates Holidays is the what is the word I want to use? They are actually the travel agent online for a lot of places in the Middle East, Africa, Thailand, all those places I was talking about. And they actually go to Bali as well. So these are the prices that include airfare for one guest and a room. You see these prices. This is what it is. So I'm just going to go through here and choose something. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let's say the Grand Mercure Bangkok Atrium. We're going to choose that one. They're going to ask us to choose a room. So these are the days I want to be gone. This includes because airfare and flight. Remember, you're going to have a layover or what have you. So this is the day we'll actually get there, which will be the 13th, and we'll return on the 28th. So they're going to do all the calculations for you. The room options are, then you can, of course, look at the hotel, what type of hotel this is. Let me look at this. This is a Grand Mercure. They are normally 4-star hotels. This is a 4-star. This is for airfare and stay for one adult only. Room. This is going to be your room. And of course, your flight is already included in this. So this looks like a pretty nice room. That looks like a suite. Did it say what type of room that was? It doesn't say. It doesn't say what type of room that is. The rooms look nice enough. If you want, you can always look at reviews. This is the property location. Tells you where you'll be centrally located in Bangkok, walking distance from Show DC, close to the Fortune Town Mall. This is a 4.5-star hotel. It is within close proximity of the Central Plaza, Grand Roma 9, Terminal 21 shopping mall. And it gives you some other amenities that this hotel offers. And then these are the rooms. So you can select if you just want to do the room, if you want to do bed and breakfast, or if you want to do half board. I particularly like to do half board because half board is normally breakfast and then another meal. So I normally do half board breakfast and let me have dinner or let me have lunch. It just depends on which one it is. This is a skyline room, which means it's going to be higher up in the sky. It's going to be a little bit more expensive. Down for bed and breakfast and half board. I'm going to choose the first one, the Superior room with half board. It's going to do all the calculations for me. When I tell you this is one of the places, Emirates Holidays is one of my most loved websites, and I'm going to show you why. So the deposits right now are $3. Y'all see up, you can see in the upper left-hand corner, it tells me what my total will be to leave from this DFW airport and go to Bangkok, Thailand. Is my total price is going to be $2,429. That includes my flight and my hotel. This is not a paid sponsorship at all. This is just I'm just giving you some of the tips that I use when I fly. And let me see if I can slide through here a little bit. So this particular flight leaves on Monday the 13th. The flight details are, and remember, whenever you fly overseas, you can take 2 bags, right? And your bags have to weigh less than 23 kilograms, which is like 50 pounds. Okay. So I don't have a problem. But remember, if you're flying Emirates, you're always going to lay over in Dubai, regardless of where you're going. If you're going to fly Emirates, they're going to take you to Dubai first, and then you can they'll take you to your destination after that. But your first layover is going to be from here to Dubai, and then from Dubai to wherever you're going. So you would leave here on that Monday. You would go from DFW to Dubai. Then you have a layover in Dubai for 10 hours. Okay. That's not bad, because the one thing Dubai does is Emirates has their own hotel in Dubai. They will put you up at their hotel, and you can go through the city, do a little shopping, go get some dinner. And that's one of the things that I've done. I've had my last flight on Emirates. I had a layover. I think it was 13 hours. They put me up in a hotel. I went and had dinner. We went and did some things because we've been to Dubai previously. Went and did some things, went back to our hotel, got some rest, got on our flight, because their flights for some reason fly in the middle of the night. Got on our flight, went to our next location, which was Thailand. We didn't go to Bangkok, we went to Phuket. So this flight total is going to be 31 hours, but you do have that long layover, which is why the flight is so long. The flight itself is only 21 hours. Really, yeah, only 21 hours. And then on Monday return, it tells you have a layover in Dubai for an hour, which is much, much better. But that 10 hour, you can always switch out and do, this one's 36. So all of their flights are going to have a long layover in Thailand. Let me see if I can show you the video of their hotel that they stayed in. Let's talk about what y'all talk about over here. Let's see. Where was the last one? They are upper echelon, honey. Who are you talking about, upper echelon? Oh, your family members. Why big homie having a long girl? Go talk to your honey. He is being disrespectful. Your president got me scared. Scared of what? Tell me what you're scared of. Because he over there, honey, here's what you do. You go over there and scope out where you need to move to when he mess up this whole country over here. Finally got them off the line. I'm happy you're sharing this, because my friends and I decided Greece in August. You should go. When I tell you, yeah, Greece is on the list this year for my birthday. I'm going to Italy, and I started planning my trip in February. I think I was online with the Mod Sisters, or was it March? And I was like, flight secured. I actually am flying round trip to Italy and to Rome and my flight was only $454 round trip. That's a flight to LA. I'll be honest with you. He might see me and she says she can't come back. Who? Oh, talking about the crazy president. Honey, your president crazy. We're not studying him. You're an American citizen. Long as your ducks in a row and you ain't, no criminal, nothing, you'll be fine to get back into this country. So to book this flight, all I would have to do is to book this, select this, right? You see, it says low deposit. All I would have to do is select, pay my $3 today. As long as that $2,000 and some odd dollars is paid out before, I think it's 90. It'll tell you exactly when it has to be paid for. So it says total package $2,429 per person for a flight plus 12 nights, secure now for $3. Girl, don't make me book a flight to Thailand because, baby, I'm going back. I am going back. Half board, again, I explained that to you. That is, half board means 2 meals, pretty much. Breakfast and either lunch or dinner, depending on what you want. And then this is just telling you about your flights and how you can upgrade. And upgrade on a flight on Emirates is like stepping into the most luxurious hotel in the world, literally. And so somebody say Obama because he ain't my president. Honey, look, I'm right here. I totally agree with you on that. I want to show you the hotel that is owned by, and I should have had this up. I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but the hotel that is owned by Emirates. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I want to say it's like a 4-star. I think it's a 4-star hotel. But I actually did I hope I didn't delete it because, child, I am known to delete stuff. We're going to be addressing this a lot over time, but I definitely want to share that hotel information with everybody because it's beautiful to know that they'll put you up. What they'll do is once you book your flight, they'll send you an email and say, hey, we see that you have a long layover and we want to share a room with you complimentary. And then they'll give you the link and you just tap on it and they'll do all the rest of the work for you. Let me see, y'all. I don't want to hold everybody up, but I do want to find that hotel video because I know I took a video while at that hotel. And when I went to Thailand, me and my niece flew together. It was actually my BFF was supposed to go, and she chickened out on us at the last minute. So if I had known this was going to be me and my niece, who would have shared a room, but we all had our own rooms. So when we booked for our layover in Dubai, they booked us in our own separate rooms, across from each other. Oh, here it goes. Let's see. I'm going to share it over to here. Is this it? I know where it probably is, and it is on TikTok. Has anybody been on the Canvas Beauty Live and bought anything today? I have a team in Poland and inquired about Ivory Coast because it is on my bucket list. They told me to prepare to walk everywhere. You know what? I'm going to tell you this. We actually rode the I think it's called GoJet. I think it's called GoJet in Thailand. But one morning we got up really early in the morning and we walked. Girl, let me tell you something. 7-Elevens in Thailand have everything you need. I had so much fun at 7-Eleven. I did a live walking through 7-Eleven. That's how much fun I had at the 7-Eleven. Okay, you bought okay, I bought a brown bag as well. I bought one as well. That's a good thing to know. But yeah, so you said be prepared to walk everywhere. But maybe it won't be so bad. I don't know, bad girl Riri. Because we walked a lot in Thailand. Like you take a ride there, but you're gonna do some walking. You definitely gonna get the footwork going. Oh Lordy. I really wanted to share this video with you guys. That's Kenya. But yes, I'll find it. But maybe I can Google it. This is their hotel. Ah, I found it. All right, let me share it. Stop. Screen share. This is the hotel that is owned by Emirates Holidays or Emirates Airlines, rather. And this is where they put you up, right? So they say there's no available rooms because they probably got I don't know how many people in it, but it gives you an idea what the hotel looks like. They provided lunch. All meals are free while we were there. We lunch, dinner. We actually went out to dinner because they have a restaurant in Dubai that I actually like called C'est La Vie, and we went for my birthday last year. So we actually went to the C'est La Vie restaurant. This is their lunch room because we ate in this room, this particular room. We had lunch. And then of course they have all the workout stuff. But this is a complimentary hotel. You can't, I mean, well, how much can you ask for when you're staying somewhere that's complimentary? Hello, Ginger. Thanks for coming in. Oh, you didn't get that bag because I did not buy the last one. I did not buy the last one. Don't say that. I'm going to the birthday party tomorrow. I hope she has them tomorrow night. And maybe she will. She said she had 250 of each pink and brown. And I guess before she really knew anything, 100 had been sold. I just wanted, that's pretty much all I wanted. I have enough of I buy the body glaze because I use it almost every 2 or 3 weeks. I buy some body glaze. So I'm not buying anything. I have the perfume. I really have not been impressed with her perfume. I'm not gonna lie about it. I bought the signature the day it was released. It's not my favorite. And then I bought the Acme, I believe is how you pronounce it. So now I really love the body glaze. So she'll forever have a customer in me because I like body glaze. I have eczema and it works fine with my eczema. I don't break out, neither do I itch when I use it. But that's pretty much it. So those are the things I wanted to share. Another search engine that I use a lot of, and I'm going to share this one, then I'm probably going to get off and we'll talk again about more of this later on, is going to be Kayak. Kayak, I only use this Kayak primarily for rental cars, right? So let's say that I'm going to LAX and I need a rental car for just a few days I'm there. The one thing I find, this gives me sometimes a better price than most rental car companies. As you see, the prices are ridiculous at whatever this mix thing is. But as I scroll on down, here goes go away. Hertz has total for this one is $294 for those amount of days. That may be a decent price, but it ain't a price I want to pay. So I keep scrolling until I get to prices that I want to pay, right? Also, if you are in a union at your job, sometimes your jobs offer discount prices, discount flights, discount hotels, but you have to be in the know and want to look for those things. So that's kind of where I stand on with that. Reason why I use Kayak. Also, Kayak is also good for just like Expedia, look through and see what the prices of those flights would be, and then using those flights, using that as just a tool to go to their website, because whatever their price is on Expedia and Kayak, when you go to the actual website of that airline, Delta, Southwest, American Airlines, Frontier, any of those, when you go to the actual website of the airlines, the price is always going to be cheaper. Always. I don't care what anybody says. Expedia rounds up their numbers. American, you're going to pay exactly what that is, right? With everyone. So let's say the flight is $362.47. Expedia is going to round it up to $363 or $365. They're going to round it up, whereas you're going to pay the exact price of that on the website, or maybe even cheaper. So always use, if you're looking for a flight, only use that as a guide, right? Oh, this is about what it is, but it gives you everything in one spot. So you can kind of be decisive of what you want to use. I'm going to say, we're going to talk about this last part, and then I think I'm going to go, because I think my husband just got home from work. Spirit Airlines. Some people have good things to say about Spirit. Some people have bad things to say about Spirit. I'm going to tell you this. There's people, I've never had a problem with Spirit. And guess what? There's never a problem until there is a problem. But at this point, Spirit seems to be the one airline that people are not complaining about falling out of the sky either. But I will show you some things about Spirit. Spirit is one of those things that you make work for you. If I'm going to fly from here to New Orleans, I don't mind hopping on a Spirit, because it's an up and down, hour and a half. I'm off of Spirit, right? And I'm in my location. I'll pay whatever their baggage fees are, because I'm where I need to go. And with Spirit, let's get on over here to Spirit, and so we can see what we talk about. With Spirit, the prices are pretty reasonable. Let's see where I'm just going to scroll through here and just pick somewhere that I might want to fly on Spirit. Oh, I've never been to Milwaukee. Let's go to Milwaukee. And I got cousins there. So they're sold out for Milwaukee. Although they have a price here, they're sold out. Let's see if we can find what else. Oh, they don't have any availabilities. Look at there. Wow. Spirit, what's going on with you? Let's look up another trip then. Since y'all want a trip, let's go to Miami. All airports. What's going on with Spirit? Y'all want to go to Miami that bad? Y'all got all of them sold out. But you can fly from, this one has a layover in that's Las Vegas, LAS. But all of their non-stops are sold out. Isn't that wild? What's going on with Spirit? Everything is sold out, child. I know a place that ain't gonna be sold out. Where's Vegas? And then you have a Vegas trip where you could go nonstop, $223 round. That's just one way. Remember, on Spirit, you have to pay per side, like, going and coming. So, but if you look up here, you can always find where the cheaper ones are. Leave out on, return on a Thursday, it'll only be $81. I didn't even look on the leaving part. Let's go back to that one. The cheapest one leaving out. If you leave on a Friday, no, that's a return. Let's go back to this edit selection. If you left on a Sunday, it'll be $84 on Spirit. But Spirit, nickels and dimes, you're gonna have to pay for everything. The seat, the chair, the air, the bag. You're gonna pay for everything to go to ride on Spirit. Whereas if you get on the Southwest, normally your bags are free. And I'm looking at Southwest now. If you apply for a card here, you get 100,000 points, because Southwest is trying to keep people. So this is just some of the things I look for when looking for a flight. Y'all write down Emirates holidays and Book you a flight, go somewhere. You could book it till end of next year, whatever, however their calendar is open, and then put that $3 down and just pay it off. As long as you have it paid off 60 days before you travel, you're good. And that includes your airfare and your hotel. So the only thing you have to worry about is food, and transportation. You can book transport through Emirates. I think when we went to Dubai the first time, I did book transportation through Emirates, which is cute. They come up there with a sign with your name on it. They escort you to your place, which was really great. So you could book your transfers through them, or you can book your transfers on the outside. In Dubai, the one thing I will say this is Uber is very popular there. Everybody traveling to Dubai uses Uber, and you're not going to be riding in anything. You're going to be in a Cadillac or a Lexus. They ride very nice in Dubai in their Ubers, right? One time we rode in a Cadillac Escalade when we did the black car. One time we rode in a Mercedes, but for the most part, we rode in their Lexuses. So if you really want to go to Africa, Italy, let me see all the places that Dubai say they go. Let's look at them one more time before I get off. Because they fly to a lot of places, destinations. They fly to Athens, Greece, Bali, Indonesia, Dubai, Maldives, Milan, Shells, Colombia, Abu Dhabi, Ajman, Dubai. This is the places in the Middle East: Jordan, Oman, Maldives, Mauritius, Shells, Sierra again, Cambodia, China, Hong Kong, India, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, Egypt, Kenya, South Africa, Tanzania, Madagascar, Greece, Italy, and Colombia. We're going to Italy. I chose not to do Dubai because you have to fly to Dubai, the layover in Dubai, and you come back. It was easier for us just to go straight. Our flight goes straight to Rome. Coming back, we have a layover in Detroit, then on home. But when I tell you that Emirates travel is just, there's nothing like it. If you're going to anywhere over towards the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Africa, any of those, I tell you, Dubai's Emirates Travel is one of the best airlines. Qatar is good too. But if I had to choose between the two, I would choose Emirates all day long, because once Emirates gets in the air and you start relaxing, you can go to the back, inside of, what do they call that back there? If I wasn't trying to say it, I could say it. But they have an area set up just with snacks. They have candy bars, Hershey's, cookies, crackers. They're all individually wrapped. Drinks, coffee, milk, anything you want. They have it in the galley. That's what it's called, in the back in the galley. So, anywho, if you like to travel, those are just some of the tips that I brought you for today. Utilize those tips. Kayak and Expedia, just to negotiate, to see what the prices are, what you're going to be looking at. If you decide what you want to go to that particular website, look under those, like American Airlines, if Spirit's on the Expedia, whatever it is, don't buy through Expedia. And I'm going to tell you why. They're a third party. So if you have any issues while you're out of the country or out of town, you don't get to talk to the Spirit people or the American Airlines people. You have to talk to that third party person, and they negotiate all of the crap that goes on, not Spirit or whatever airline else that you've chosen. So that's why you should always go to the airline. That way you only have to deal with the airline. Me and my husband flew from here to London, and our luggage first of all, we missed our flight. It wasn't our fault. There was a storm on the ground, and we didn't make our connecting flight from Atlanta all the way to London. And so when we got, it wasn't just us, it was our whole entire plane. There was anybody who was trying to take a connecting flight. So we all had to get our flights reassigned or whatever. So they had this long line, and we went up to this counter, and they were giving people vouchers, literally. Like, they were giving a piece of paper, looked like it was copied, and it said Travel Lodge, $79 a night, right? So the lady in front of me that was kind of, she came through, and I said, what are they offering as compensation since we have to spend the night? And she said Travel Lodge. I don't stay at Travel Lodge on my dime, right? So I definitely ain't gonna stay at Travel Lodge. It's your fault that I'm still here. So the lady, I Googled it while I was standing in line, how much Travel Lodge was in Atlanta. That particular Travel Lodge was only $59 a night. They were giving a voucher for $79, which was $20 more than their rate on their website. So when I got to the front, I managed to say that to the lady that was working on reassigning our tickets to get us on the next flight to London. And because we had tickets to go to a football game. The Saints were playing in what they called then, it was our international NFL. They were trying some international division. The NFL was. I don't think it worked out. Anywho, the lady goes and she says, well, this is all we have to offer. I said, no, ma'am. Where's your manager? And she said, oh, no one's available. I said, well, I'll wait. No, she said she's tied up. I'll wait for them to get untied up. And so there was this African-American lady about 4 rows down, that was working with them. And she said, when I get done with this guy, I'll help you. I said, I want to stay where your pilot and your stewardess say. That's where I want to stay. It's not my fault that I missed this plane. We paid a lot of money to go to London. I want to stay where do you put your pilot? Because I know they ain't staying at Travel Lodge. And so she goes, no, they don't stay. I know they don't stay at Travel Lodge. So where are they staying? Where are they staying at? Because baby, that's where I want to stay. That's where I want to stay. So you said, child, I thought Travel Lodge was the memo description, not where they. Yes, they gave me a piece of paper, it was a big 8x11. It said Travel Lodge, so and so, Delta Airlines, and then right here was $79. I never forget it. In fact, I did have it for a long time. I probably torn it up by now. And so that lady, every time I would say something, she was like, I'm gonna help you. As soon as I'm done with him, I'm gonna help you. And she was over there and she was just typing away, in. She's like, just give you a few minutes. I said, I'm waiting on you, baby. I'm not going to work. My husband was so frustrated he wouldn't sit down. So I went up to the lady and I said, what is this? Baby, what is this? She said, this is all we have to offer. Travel Lodge 79. I said, I took my phone out and I said, it's showing right here that Travel Lodge is $59. Y'all want me to pay with this little voucher $79, and I don't stay at Travel Lodges. Even on my dime, I ain't staying in no Travel Lodge. So what y'all gonna do? Where y'all put y'all stewardess and your pilots? And she said they stay at the Hyatt. Well, that's where I want to stay. I want to stay at the Hyatt, and I want Delta to pay for it. And she says, well, this is, weather related. I don't care what related it was. I want Delta to pay for me to stay where you put your pilot and your stewardess. And so she said, I'm going to do this for you. She whispered, I'm going to do this for you. But don't be out here telling all these people. I ain't going to tell them nothing. Just get it done. Needless to say, me and my husband stayed with the pilots and the stewardess at the Hyatt. I think it's here. No, it wasn't. I take that back. It was a Courtyard. It was the Courtyard, not too far from the airport. But the very fact that they wanted me to go stay at the Travel Lodge was just out the question. I'm not staying on Travel Lodge. Y'all gonna pay for it, and I'm gonna stay where you put your stewardess and your pilots. You don't stay at the Travel Lodge. Why would I go stay at the Roach Motel? That's stupid. So my husband was like, I know you're gonna handle it. I'm gonna let you do it. And I did. We had travel insurance, and I pulled a claim through them too. I did it all because this was not our fault. This was your fault. So that's another thing. If you're traveling, especially out of the country, get travel insurance. Anything can happen. You just don't know. When we went to Africa, we started in Kenya, went to Tanzania, went to Kilimanjaro, which is a part of Tanzania, and then went on over into Zanzibar, which is also a part of Tanzania. But to get into Zanzibar, you have to have insurance. Even if you have insurance, travel insurance, they want you to buy their travel insurance. So I definitely believe that you should have travel insurance when you're traveling. Let's see what she says. Don't be putting you exactly. I don't want to go there. Would you go stay there? It's Travel Lodge because if you've been to Atlanta, you know right outside of the airport is College Hill. Baby, I don't want to stay on Travel Lodge. Is you cuckoo? Is you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? The audacity is right. They probably did. And I agree, Ginger. It was probably a contract with Travel Lodge, but they also have a contract where they put their stewardess and their pilots up at. So put me up because they wanted me to pay to stay at Travel Lodge, but I want to stay where y'all pay at. So we ended up over there where they paid at. We stayed one night. The next morning we was on a flight headed to London. They left our luggage in Atlanta. That's a whole nother story. And give me something for my pain and stuff. Exactly. That's another reason why you have insurance. You claim all of those things because incidentals I had to buy. Luckily, I had a carry-on bag which had gown, underclothes, stuff that you need, stuff that cleans up because on a long flight that's overnight, you're gonna need all those things. But it kind of taught me a couple of lessons. One is going out, you always need to try to go a straight route, a nonstop. Coming back, you might want to you can do a layover, but child, going out, you need to go straight to where you're going. You don't, because the next thing was our tickets to the game were in my suitcase. When I say that's a story time, it's a story time. It's a big story time. And we had friends that we were meeting there. When I got off the plane, I just bust out crying. I just bust out crying. It was wild. It was so wild. Anywho, you guys, thanks for joining my live. We've been here almost an hour. And I appreciate you guys just for sitting over here. Like they tried to put me on the ghetto side of the circus in LA. I think not. Put me where exactly. Put me over here where I can get out my room and go hit some buttons. Who want to be out there? Oh, But yes, we're gonna be hitting and touching on some flight tips. I am going to drop a video of that hotel that we stayed in Dubai that they put us up when we had a layover on our way to Thailand. And after I get off this video, I'm gonna call my niece and tell her that we can book us a flight to Thailand for $3 down. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. $3 down, and then as long as we got that $2,400 paid off before we get there. In fact, I will just find us a nice hotel because the next thing we went to Phuket, but I have friends that went after I did, and they went to Bangkok, and then they took like little flights like we did in Africa to different parts of Thailand because Thailand is so big, but it's so beautiful. If you ever have an opportunity to go to Thailand, do it. When I tell you I could live in Thailand, it's absolutely amazing, breathtaking. We had a 2-hour massage that was, and I'm gonna put the price up. That was like $27, 27 US dollars for a 2-hour massage. Baby, you talk about felt so good. So yes, definitely look into those. My adopted sister actually used to live in Dallas. She passed away and she used to work for Delta. I have one lady I go to the beauty shop with. She works for Delta. In fact, she's retired. And during COVID, Delta was so strapped for people. She actually went back and worked part-time. She just recently retired for the second time. And I'm sorry about your adopted sister passing away. Delta is a good place to work. Honest with you, as a nurse, I'm trying to get on part-time with Delta just to be a customer service agent for 4 hours on the weekends because you get full flights. When she told me, I was like, you do what? Girl, let me apply. They never have any openings, but I really have been looking for that. Yeah, I learned to carry those important pieces with me for the mishap of others. Exactly. And I learned it. When I say that taught me a valuable lesson, I put nothing other than clothes and perfume and makeup in my check-in luggage. Bag that I'm carrying on is going to have things that I need. I take compression socks with me because I don't want, long flights. You have a more likelihood of getting blood clot, leg swelling. So I take compression socks, and then I have these boots that I put on that inflate, deflate, that keeps the circulation moving because you're sitting down for long periods of time. And I actually normally will fall asleep, so I love to have those on. And then when I wear them, my legs don't swell up. I learned that through trial and error. I didn't have that problem when I went to London. But when I flew to Bali, when I got off the plane, I looked at my feet, they were swollen. I don't swell. So what's going on? And I called my doctor and I told her, and she said, did you get up and walk around? I was like, mm-mm. I said, I had a sign on my chest that said, wake for food. Wake for food only. Other than that, I'm sleeping. And so with that being said, I sat down way too long and my legs swelled up. So you definitely, if you're going to be traveling, so those are some of the tips. So we're going to touch all of that after a while. Ginger, you should. I know your husband's sick, but you should travel. Go somewhere that you want, that you have always wanted to go, and you can do it. I just showed you guys a tip through Emirates Travel, where you can travel $3 down, and as long as it's paid off, I think it's 60 days before, either 60 or 90 before you travel, you're good to go. And that's a good way to fly. As long as you plan far enough in advance, you got it going on. She used to get all the travel deals. She took my mom. Bangkok I haven't been there. Like I said, I flew to Phuket. But Bangkok, from what I can see, is absolutely gorgeous. And that's a place I want to go visit. Vietnam is crazy cheap too. And it's gorgeous, bucket list. Oh, I really want to explore Vietnam. I'm going to actually look into that. It's never been someplace I've thought about. I thought about the Philippines, but never Vietnam. But I think I will look into that. Let me tell you something. Thailand was so cheap. I was amazed at some of the things. It's like, oh, but for the cheapness, there's always those colonizers that want to charge you American prices. You know what I mean? You have the locals who $5 or $6 for a meal, but then you have the colonizers who $75 for a meal. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all get my drift. That's the thing. Not to feed me, so I want to feed me. I wish I could travel. I'm telling you, I sit there with a sign. It's a joke every time I fly. Only wake for food. Only wake me for food. Otherwise, I'll be here asleep. Because most time that's a good time to regulate your body for what's about to come. Because you're going to go through a big time change. You're going to pass the equator. When I went to Africa, I passed the equator. So my time it really went cuckoo, right? So definitely. Yes. He can't travel and my daughter's scared to fly. And I understand that. Yeah. I definitely understand that. My husband, he went to London, but he's not interested in going nowhere else. I'd be like, you want to go so-and-so? He'd be like, yeah. He don't want to go on a cruise. We went on a couple of cruises. He's like, I don't want to go back on the water. And I was like, why not? He's like, I just didn't enjoy it. He said, then you got sick. I did get seasick on our last cruise. And he's like, I didn't enjoy it at all. So let's not do no more cruises. Now he'll go anywhere in the United States, but get on a plane and ride for 8, 9, 10 hours. You can already count him out. We can go somewhere around here. You don't have. Okay, so that means leave you here. That's what that means. If you want information on the Philippines, my best friend is Philippine. Okay, all right. I definitely might be getting in touch with you to talk to your best friend. Definitely. And yeah, Ginger, I understood what you said. Yeah, we flying across the equator or over it. I would tell you this: when we got to Thailand, it wasn't as bad in Africa, but in Thailand, I couldn't stay awake. Literally, like, and everything in Thailand is so far. Like, it may say it's 3 miles, but in a car that may be an hour because their roads wind. Nothing goes straight. Everything goes around and back around and back around. So we get in the car. Thank God for Jesus, honey, because we be in the car. I got pictures of us. My niece take a picture of me and I take a picture of her. We knocked out. And I said, girl, thank God for grace, because we could be knocked over the head. They took our wallets and everything else. But those drivers would take us where we need to go and drop us off. But we'd get us a good old nap in the back seat every single time. We couldn't stay awake. In Africa, we didn't have that problem. But in Thailand, we couldn't stay. Neither one of us could stay awake. Literally could not stay awake. So definitely, yes. I tell you, your body go through those different time zones. it does something to you. And something like I said about Thailand, we couldn't stay away. And I've traveled a lot of places. Bali, I didn't have that problem. I didn't have that problem in Dubai. I didn't have that problem in Africa. But in Thailand, something was totally different. They kept me resting the whole time I was there. Like literally, I could sleep all day. And I'm one of those people now. My niece, when we get somewhere, she's ready to get off the plane and go. Let's go here. Let's go. I need to rest up. I need to put my feet up and I need to go sleep. She's like, oh, we got reservations at 10 o'clock. Girl, I need to go to sleep and then I can get up for 10 o'clock. So definitely when you book your flights and your trips, plan them appropriately for you. Don't let anybody sway you to do something that you don't think you can do. I will talk to you guys later. You have a great Friday evening. Bye-bye.